Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've been taking a little break over the holidays here, but I just wanted to catch you up on what we're doing here in Florida. So we've been down here since mid-December, and we had a wonderful vacation with our son Jaron, who came down for 10 whole days and visited us while we were at Thousand Trails Orlando. That was super fun. Thousand Trails Orlando, if you don't know, if you're not a Thousand Trails member, it's, I think, the second largest Thousand Trails in the country. It's over 1,000 sites, and there's only one other one that I know of in Arizona that's larger than that. So we always love spending time at Thousand Trails Orlando. It's about 25 minutes from Disney Springs, easily accessible to all the stuff in Orlando, so we always try to make that a stop when we're down in Florida. And while Jaron was here for the holidays, we made a day trip over to Daytona Beach. We walked on the beach on the boardwalk. We had a great dinner at Joe's Crab Shack, and then they were having a special holiday light show at the Daytona International Speedway, which was really cool. We drove underneath the bleachers and saw their little holiday lights. That was super fun. And we took the opportunity while we were in Orlando to do some cleanup work on the truck. We rain-nexed the windshield and put some new wipers on, and I finally got off all the sap that has been stuck on the hood of the truck since we were in Cape Cod. Now, just a little tip for you, the best thing I have found to get rid of sap on our truck is plain old rubbing alcohol. Just it loosens it up, scrape it off with a gentle scraper or maybe your thumbnail, and it works great. Give it a good rinse afterwards. And also, while we were at Thousand Trails Orlando, this happened. Hey there. Well, I'm up in Claremont, Florida today because of a little post office snafu. Usually I would send any kind of package directly to the campground where we're staying, but Thousand Trails Orlando charges $5 per package to pick up a package that's sent there. And it's understandable. They have thousands of people there sending packages all over the place. So, I understand that they want to charge you. Well, for my regular America's Mailbox mail shipment that I get maybe once a month, I didn't want to pay $5 to pick it up. So I went down to the local post office, which is just a few minutes from the campground, and I asked for their general delivery address. If you've never heard of this, you can send any regular mail, not UPS or FedEx, but any regular mail can be shipped to a post office labeled general delivery with the town name and the zip code and your name, and then you can go pick it up at the post office. So I use this very rarely, but I knew of it. So I went down there, I got the address, I ordered my America's Mailbox shipment to go there, and America's Mailbox sent it to the wrong zip code. So in Claremont, there are multiple post offices, and the town, zip code or the town name spreads far and wide. So they sent it to a post office that was half an hour away from me, not 5 minutes away. So I've just come and picked up my little pouch here. I did complain to America's Mailbox and they gave me a little discount, but that is an hour round trip to pick up a package to save a $5 delivery fee. Luckily that doesn't happen very often. Anyway, we're all set now. And we found a Muffler Man in Dade City. This is a really good one. So after Thousand Trails Orlando, we moved over to the town of Zephyrhills, Florida, to a little encore park, which is where we are now for a couple of weeks. And then we'll be heading out to maybe to a boondocking spot. I'll tell you more about that in a second. closed to hunting. Please keep gate closed. All right, that might be it. So we are trying something a little different this time. We've never done this before. I'm sure you've heard of BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land. It's free government land that you can take your RV on for free in most places. It's very popular out west. In fact, in Arizona, there's so much desert out there that you can basically just go in the middle of the BLM desert and park there for a couple of weeks. Well, it's very, very difficult to find BLM land on the East Coast. It's way more congested here and there's less open land. But something that Florida does is the Southern Florida Water Mgmt District does offer up free land for camping. And you can go on their website and there's different preserves and tracks and wildlife areas and stuff around Florida that you can stay at. So what you need to do is go online and make a free reservation. I think most of them are 30 days in advance. You can't make them longer than 30 days in advance. There's 2 nights that we were not able to cover with Thousand Trails. The campground dates didn't work out, things were not available. So I said, let's try BLM. We're all set up now with solar and generator on our rig, and we're really boondocking ready because we've had to be that way when we're up on our main land. So I was excited this year to be able to try out some more boondocking spots. So I made a reservation here at the Nova Tract in eastern, or near the Gulf Coast in western Florida. And we happen to be staying only 45 minutes away from here right now at a Thousand Trails Encore Park. So I said, hey, while we're so close, why don't we drive over there and scope this out, because we have never taken our big fifth wheel into one of these kind of, tighter BLM free areas before. So we said, let's drive over there and scope it out, make sure we can fit our rig in there, make sure what the road is like and that we can get through the gate and everything. So we have driven up here. We got in with our gate code that we got with our reservation. No problem. We drove quite a ways back here. Well, not quite a ways, maybe a mile back to the campground. And you can see here it says equestrian campground this way, primitive campground this way. So a lot of the land in Florida is used for equestrian purposes. People will bring their horse trailers out and camp here, and then they can ride their horses in the parks or the preserves or whatever. Primitive camping would be just for tents, very limited space, limited roads. Maybe you're hiking in even to primitive campsites. So we are only interested in equestrian campgrounds. Last year when we were in Florida, we did happen upon one of these kind of water management spots that was a big open field, and that looked perfect because it was really easy to get in. There was no trees to maneuver, and we thought next year we'll stay at this place. Well, that place is not available on the 2 days that I need it, so we made a reservation here at Nova. We're just driving through here now, and it is tight. The trees do have some low branches. I think we could maneuver through here, but there's only a few spots that our rig would fit into. And if we arrive here next Friday for our reservation and those spots are taken, I don't know what we're going to do. It's a first come, first serve. You make it the free reservation, but you're not reserving a site. You're just reserving a spot in the land. So we're rethinking it a little bit. Now, what are we going to do? Can we find another spot that maybe has opened up in the last 30 days? They were booked when I looked at them before, but maybe some have had cancellations. Maybe we can get back into that spot that was a big open field. Maybe we can go to another campground. If we had to, we could pay for 2 nights at a retail campground. We would really love to avoid doing that. This place is free. So we're thinking about what to do. Stay tuned. Next Friday, we're going to have to move somewhere, and we'll show you where we end up. So it's the next Friday, and we are boondocking, but not where we thought we were going to. We decided that it was not worth potential damage to the rig to go to the Serenova track. Those tree branches were too low and there was too much of a chance that we would get there and not have a big enough space. So we are at a Boondocker's Welcome that we have stayed at before. A little bit north of Tampa is Good Spirit Ranch. We love it here. This is a Christian foundation. They do Christian kids camping, and then in the off season they open up their grounds for Boondocker's Welcome. So we're happy to be back here and parked in a great space. We are not going to do hookups. They do have electric and water options here and an outdoor bathroom that Boondockers have access to for a small donation. But since we are totally set up for boondocking now, we are going to try it with no hookups, and we have a new thing that we're going to try out this time. It is a 50 amp plug that we have installed on the side of the RV. Where is it? In the dryer vent door that was already installed by Van Lee. That's where the washer and dryer hookups are, and they already had a door for the dryer vent to come out. It's a very easy access point into our bedroom closet where our solar towers are. You've already seen a video about our installation of those towers in there and all of our solar panel installation on the top. So what we did, we used to have the solar wires just running off of the side of the RV and through the window. But what we've done now is, over the past few months, we've internalized those solar cords down through the roof of the RV, through the wall, into the closet, and now we just needed an elegant solution to plug in the RV into those towers without having to run the big electrical cord through the window. So Jason installed this 50 amp plug right here. We're going to plug it in right now, and next week I'm going to do a whole video showing you how we installed that, ran the wires through the wall, so come back for that. Now, at this Good Spirit Ranch, there's a little girl who lives here. She's the granddaughter of the owners, and she is an animal lover. She can tell you the name of any animal that has ever stayed here, I think. So we met her last year when we were here, and she played with Ella for a little bit, and she says she remembered when we were here, and she's excited to meet Ella again. So that was really fun to come back to the same place and meet some of the same people that we had already met last year. Hey, we've got our 50 amp cord coming from the RV to the extension cord.
All right.
This is our first time plugging in this way. Not very pretty.
That'll get cleaned up with some black tape that but we wanted it to dry first.
All right, let's go inside and hook up the solar. So while we have a 50 amp plug on the outside of the RV, the towers are 30 amp, so we need a dog bone.
Little dongle.
We did top off all 3 of these towers before we left our campground, so we're good to go for several hours before we even need the solar.
Oh, at least a day and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Moment of truth. Ready?
Turn the plugs on.
And there's the microwave.
Yeah. Microwave, come on, so we know it's working. So it's a little cloudy out today, but we will plug in our solar into the back of that, and we'll be here for 2 nights.
Yep. But it'll still pull in solar even with this, because we have so many panels up there. It's somewhat surprising how much solar it pulls in, and at times we're barely using anything because it's a 12 volt system by design, most of the stuff here, so should be good, be fun.
So I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thanks for coming along and recapping our Florida stay so far. We are going to spend 2 more weeks in Orlando, and then we're going to head out for our really big trip. This is going to be the most ambitious circuit we have done yet. Once we leave Florida, we're going to go around the entire outside of the country. We're going to hit Canada. We're going to come back. By the time we get back to Florida next winter, we will have traveled 12,000 miles. So thanks for coming along for that. We'll see you on that circuit in a couple of weeks. Until then, I hope you have a great week. Bye, guys.